Welcome back to The Jump. I'm Rachel. That's Kevin. That's Chiney. We heard from LeBron at his son's game earlier in the show. That was on Saturday, but on Sunday, LeBron back in Atlanta playing his 27th straight game, leading the Lakers to their 14th consecutive road win. LeBron had 32 points in 37 minutes, and after the game, he reiterated his desire to play every game he can.
I mean, why wouldn't I play if I'm healthy? It doesn't make any sense to me, personally. I mean, I don't know how many games I got left in my career. I don't know how many kids that may show up to a game that they're to come see me play, and if I sit out, then what? You know, that's my obligation. My obligation is to play for my teammates, and if I'm healthy, then I'm gonna play. If coach sits me out, then I'm not healthy, and it's just that simple.
Old school. LeBron was also named Western Conference Player of the Week today. All right, so he's only played 82 games once in his career. That was his last year in Cleveland. There's a feeling, guys, he was sort of going for MVP, so he's pushing it, wanted to play all 82 games. And he has said in year 17 he wants to play, right, down the stretch as much as he can. He wants to play more years. We talked about at the top of the show. He'd like to play with his son if it's possible. That's at least 4 seasons away. Is it smart for LeBron to try to play all of these games given what he wants to do in May and June, given how many more years he wants to have on the back end of his career?
So I always think it's subjective, you know, players subjective. If they're able to, they should be able to. And it's just really interesting because a lot of people say, oh, load management, like we are criticizing, critiquing everyone whether they play or not, right? But as you get further in your career, you have to be smarter with those decisions. And LeBron has typically been the type of guy that plays when he can and is always available. There was a point, I think, in 14-15 where he sort of took a hiatus, but rightfully so. But 14 out of 16 seasons, he's missed no more than 8 games. So he's a guy that will always be out there. For me, I just think LeBron, it's now or never, right? This is the chance you have to win a championship. And if you saw that Hawks game, shout out to those league past legends that were watching it, they needed him out there every second of the way, right? And he's been playing great basketball as of late. So I'd want to play as long as I'm playing well and also give the treat, considering it's a holiday season, of his presence to everyone, every fan that can see him as long as that lasts.
Yeah, I'm going to watch March, and this is why. When he made his great playoff run and championship run in 2016, he played in only 16 games over a 57-day period. And when you talk to the load management sports scientist types, what they'll tell you is he should be at peak fitness around March 15th, and then you start tapering off, sort of conserving your energy if you want to be at your peak between the middle of April and the middle of June, which is the playoff run. So I mean, that's what I'm seeing. Now I'm not going to look at what he says, I'm going to look at what he does. I suspect that come late March, and if the Lakers have sort of a clinched kind of top seed or second seed, I think we will see a little less LeBron, just as in 2016, and I don't think it was a coincidence. He plays that chase down block to me does not happen if he plays 3,200.
I mean, look, for one thing, the way the West is shaking out, I don't know how it's going to end up in April, but maybe the difference between the 1 and 2 seed for a, quote, home court advantage won't matter. Right? If it's 2 LA teams, you won't have to travel. You'll be playing the games all in your building, quote unquote. So maybe that really won't be a race in terms of seeding. We will have to see. I do wonder, and I think it is different, as you say, for every athlete, how much of it matters if they just doesn't practice that much. Right? If he's only playing a couple games a week and that's really all the basketball exercise he's getting, then maybe it's okay for him in sort of the physical condition that he's in. I have never seen him, or not never, I have not seen him play this level of defense and this hard in the last, 4 seasons? Yeah. Right? He hasn't played like this since Miami on every side of the ball, every possession, all the time in October and November. And that is not a dig. That is because he has been managing himself. So I am curious, when he has ceased managing himself and is now playing this different way, what will happen differently in May and June. But it could be that he's made other concessions in other places or just not practicing that much if you talk to people around Lakers.
And I think all athletes know, we sort of model our strength and conditioning exercises over, at LeBron, because this is a guy that has invested
Good luck with
million.
That.
I know, but if I had $1 million, I'd invest $1 million, in my own body and well-being. And he sort of had that progressive take with health, which is why it's not abnormal for him at this stage in his career to be able to play an 82 game
to break some barriers there,
exactly.
too. Yeah, absolutely.
And you bring up a good point. Practice is load.
Yeah.
And one way to, as you say, to conserve load is practice less.
Right, absolutely.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.